'Tis I, Marinara Man. 'Tis I. Hey everyone, glad to see you back. Glad to see you looking fresh. Tom and Jerry was always a show as a kid that wasn't like one of my favorites, but always something enjoyable. It was always something fun to watch. So much so that even like my dog had picked up on the fact that what Tom and Jerry was. He recognized either the voices or the music or whatever. He would come into the room. We'd watch it together. It's a nice memory. It's a nice fond memory with me and my old dog. He recognized two things. He recognized Tom and Jerry and he recognized Guitar Hero. Why he did those two things, I don't know. The old guy was crazy. But to say that Tom and Jerry means a lot to me would kind of be a bit of an overstatement, but it does have some nostalgic attachment. And to say that I was looking forward to this would also be an overstatement, but I was hoping for something a little bit better than the kind of schlock cartoon remakes that we've been getting a lot. And I could say full-heartedly that this film absolutely comes nowhere close to being the magic of the original. It falls into the same exact trappings of, say, the Smurfs, your Yogi Bears, and the Woody Woodpecker movie that came out a couple years ago. All of those cartoon reboots, they all play exactly the same. They're all the idea of what if these classic cartoons were in the real world? And because Tom and Jerry already has humans in it, they didn't even need a portal into the real world. They're just somehow here now. All the animals are cartoons, but all the humans aren't, which is a fine idea. It's a fine concept. But why Tom and Jerry need to be in this, I feel, was only to sell tickets. And of course, in the world we live in, ticket sales aren't really happening anyway. Good old HBO Max brought this to us. I was able to watch it on there without any problems, except for the problem of the movie itself. The film features about 10 minutes, I feel, of actual Tom and Jerry-ness, and the film is like an hour and 40 minutes long. Was this gonna be a Tom and Jerry movie from the get-go? Or was this a movie that was really boring, and they were like, oh, we're just making a kids movie, and it made no sense, so let's splice in Tom and Jerry to make it seem better? It really doesn't feel like old Tom and Jerry. I know that's kind of par for the course at this point with these kind of things, but even the slapstick doesn't feel as interesting. I may just be talking out of my ass here with nostalgia, but it doesn't feel as frenetic and energetic and fun as the old one used to. And that's from a long time ago where cartoons like weren't that great. You know, Hanna-Barbera made all these classic ideas, but the animation style was, you know, kind of cheap. But it was something. There's something special, that Tom and Jerry, you know? So to see it be like this is a waste. The art style is okay. It's supposed to be 2D, but it has this pseudo 3D feel to it. All the animals like really pop and they're really expressive, but that doesn't mesh well with the world around it. It's very hard to mix styles like this. I feel like only Who Framed Roger Rabbit has been able to do it really well. And even that, it's like the kind of the point is that the style mixing is so obtuse that it makes it work. So to really try to match that without wanting to put the love and care into do that, it doesn't work. In terms of story here, we got two rich people getting married. One of them is Colin, famous husband of Scarlett Johansson, head writer of Saturday Night Live. You know, I like Colin. I don't have a problem with him. I have a problem with this movie, and he's just kind of in it. He doesn't really do a whole heck of a lot. No one really does. This film definitely feels like a paycheck for a lot of people, which is fine for, like, the crew, like, your lighting people and your sound folks and all that. It's fine. They need to work. They need to pay their bills, but, like, actors pick their battles pretty well, so choosing this one feels a bit... maybe they had their own personal reasons, but I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. But the film is not well put together story-wise. The story kind of jumps from point to point very haphazardly. It goes from a plot point to another one to another one. They all kind of feel disjointed. Chloe Grace Moretz tries to piece it all together, but it doesn't really work. She's here trying to work at a hotel because of the wedding, but she kind of stole her way into the job. So we have another guy, Michael Pena, who doesn't like her because he thinks she's unqualified, mostly because he thought a fish was it was a dumb joke. It was a dumb joke with a fish, and the fish had a poo emoji, and it's, oh my god. This movie exists, and it exists, and it's just another cartoon reboot that is gonna be there for, again, I feel like just to sell tickets, but again, tickets don't exist, and to sell toys of classic characters to new kids, to kids nowadays. And I just wish it was more. I wasn't expecting some incredible film. I wasn't even expecting some incredible kids film. And kids film can be great. You got stuff like the Lego Movie and the How to Train Your Dragon series, where like movies made for kids can be enjoyed by everyone, and they're really good. This is not one of them. I think the only well-made cartoon reboot was the Peanuts movie. I just wish it was better. I wish that Tom and Jerry were in it more, and I get, because they don't talk, it's gonna be tough for them to have a story arc. It's their movie, and they're in it the least, and that makes no sense. So, Saw score, real low, 3 out of 10 on the Saw score on this one. It is what it is. It's not a complete atrocity. Like, it's fine. It's fine and boring. It's not like, oh boy, this is rough. It is kind of like that sometimes, but it's not like I'm angry at its existence. This movie isn't actively making me upset. It's just pretty bad overall. When you make another cartoon reboot, make it better. Make it good. Do something different with it. Because this wasn't it. That's it. As always, if you like this, make sure you like this. Let me know how you thought about it, and I will see you at some point.
Marinara man. Marinara man. Marinara man. Marinara man.